Hey everybody, welcome back to the BRIDGEWELL Group YouTube channel. And for those of you that haven't been here before, my name is Marie Goldberg and I'm a realtor with BRIDGEWELL Real Estate Group in the Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada area. And today's video, I am going to be touching on maintenance fees. So strata maintenance fees with relations to essentially strata properties. So mostly condos and townhouses, but some detached strata properties to be aware of as well. And essentially what makes up that maintenance fee, what it goes towards, and also just some differences from building to building or complex to complex with regards to what is included in that maintenance fee. It's a question that I get asked all the time. It's actually not a cookie cutter answer. And so in today's video, I'm going to cover all about what maintenance fees cover and what's included in a maintenance fee. So just starting off with what is a maintenance fee. Essentially when you have a strata property, there are shared costs. And so your maintenance fee is paid on the first of every single month typically. And it's essentially broken down into portions that cover the operating budget, or the annual operating budget of the strata for various expenses, and then also a contingency reserve fund contribution. So if you haven't heard that word before, contingency reserve fund is basically the strata's savings account for capital cost projects. So think like a roof, balconies, sealants, exteriors, things like that. And so if you don't have enough money in that contingency reserve fund to pay for those projects, a lot of the times they're being paid by special levies by owners out of pocket. So having your maintenance fee every single month, have a portion of it go towards that contingency reserve fund contribution is definitely something that you want. And oftentimes the bigger that contribution is, of course, the bigger your contingency is, which lowers your chances of special levies. But that is more high level stuff and definitely another video for that. But generically, your maintenance fee is split into the operating budget for the year and a contingency reserve fund contribution, whatever that amount is. So focusing specifically on the operating budget, this kind of goes more into what's actually included in a maintenance fee. Generically, what you should pretty much expect everywhere, regardless of what building or strata you're dealing with, that they cover is property management, common area maintenance, building maintenance, snow removal, building insurance, garbage, recycling, a lot of the times landscaping. Sometimes the extent of that landscaping may differ from strata to strata, but 99% of the time there's some form of landscaping included in that. And then there's a variety of other ones that really depend on the strata. So these are questions that you should be asking when you are going to view these properties as to what's included in that maintenance fee. Variable ones, utilities is a really big one that's variable. Water and sewer, a lot of the times you're paying an annual water and sewer fee to the city, but there are some cases where water and sewer is actually included in that maintenance fee and paid by the strata. So that's a big one to know. Another one is heat. So what kind of heat you have, like for example, baseboard electric versus baseboard hot water heat, is going to determine whether or not that heat is included. So if you have a baseboard electric heating here, that's a BC Hydro cost. Usually that is going to be an additional cost that is not included in the maintenance fee. Whereas if you have baseboard hot water heating and it's a boiler system in the building and hot water is included in that maintenance fee, then your heat's also included in that maintenance fee. So, just because you see a higher maintenance fee doesn't always mean that it's bad. Sometimes if extra things are included, like heat and hot water or potentially gas, then maybe that offsets that number. And it's something that would aid you in your decision. So definitely those ones are big ones to watch out for. What type of heating your home is, and then depending on what type of heating you have, whether or not that's included in the maintenance fee. And usually it is either hydro or hot water heating or some new form of heating as well. Another big one is gas. So if there is a gas line in the unit, then it may be a gas stove or a gas fireplace. One of the other or neither. And so if you have all electric in the home, then you're not going to have gas included. If you have a gas fireplace, doesn't always mean that gas is included. So definitely that's a big one to ask, is if there is gas in the home, is gas included in that maintenance fee, or is that going to be something that you have to pay? In most situations, in the Lower Mainland at least, that's going to be a Fortis BC bill. So that's definitely a big one to know. Another huge one that comes into play all the time for condo properties is whether hot water is included. And so most of the time, if you're dealing with a townhouse, you have an individual hot water tank per unit, so hot water is not included. But a lot of the times in a condo, there's going to be a centralized boiler system, often in the parking garage, underground parking. And if that's the case, if you have a boiler system, then that means that the hot water is included in the maintenance fee. Whereas if you have a unit, each individual unit has their own hot water tank, then that's something that you are going to be responsible for in terms of replacing and maintaining, and hot water in that situation is not included in the maintenance fee. So especially if you're looking at a condo, you really want to ask whether or not hot water is included in that maintenance fee. So that's a really big one. Other ones that you'll see are like, is there a caretaker? Is that included in the maintenance fee? Or maybe is there a concierge? Is that included in the maintenance fee? How often are the caretaker or concierge there? Those are questions that you want to be asking. And last but not least, amenities. This is really, really huge. You want to know what amenities are going to be included in that maintenance fee and what you're going to have access to. Another really good question to ask is how many buildings perhaps also have access to those amenities. So a lot of the times in developments now, you'll see phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, something like that, and they'll all be a part of the same strata and have access to the amenities. So you really want to know whether or not you're sharing the cost of those amenities via the strata maintenance fee, and also like long term as maintenance comes up for those, whether you'll be sharing that cost as well. And also just enjoyment in general. If you really care to have a gym, if you really care to have a pool or anything like that, you see like golf courses and basketball and squash and all these things now in some of these luxury buildings. Essentially, you just want to know what amenities you have access to and what's included in that maintenance fee. So those are really the big ones that I have for you guys. I mean, just understand again, Cliff Notes version, that there's the maintenance fee. Then that maintenance fee goes towards paying the annual operating budget set out by the strata every single year, and the other portion goes towards the contingency reserve fund contribution. And then there's also more common maintenance fees that are almost, or more common expenses that are almost always included in those maintenance fees. As I had mentioned, like property management, building maintenance, snow removal, building insurance, those kind of matters. And then there's also variable costs. So anything utility related, you always want to be asking which ones are included in the maintenance fee versus not, such as heat, hot water, gas, things like that. And then caretaker, concierge, and of course building amenities. So I hope that this video was very helpful. And you know, strata, it's a whole other ball game. And so when you are dealing with a strata property, whether you're selling a strata property or buying a strata property, it's really important that you and definitely your realtor really understands the ins and outs of stratas, how they differ, because there is no cookie cutter answer. And it's all very, very important information. Specifically, like if you're a buyer and you're reading through strata documents, knowing like how to read those strata documents, what special levies are coming up, what's included in the maintenance fee, whether the contingency reserve fund is accurate, all of these things really, really come into play to the overall value of the building. And so definitely make sure that you are aware and of course choosing proper representation that knows the ins and outs of strata, because it's very different than detached. So if you guys have any questions at all, definitely feel free to reach out to me anytime. Again, my name is Mariko Berg and I'm a realtor with BRIDGEWELL Real Estate Group in the Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada area. More than happy to help if you are looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell a strata property. And yeah, as I said, I hope this video was helpful. Definitely make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if there's any other videos that you guys want me to focus on. And don't forget to like and subscribe for this video. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.